Some say this is where it all began, with the Black religious experience. Now meet vocalist and composer, Miss Ruth Naomi Floyd.
In eternity's eyes, life is but a glance. Let us live to seize our time. In eternity's eyes, life is but a glance. Let us live to seize our time. Christ has come to give us life. Let us live to seize our time.
The music I do is really a hybrid. So a lot of times when people hear gospel jazz, which they sense it's a gospel way of singing over jazz music, when actually the lyrics, my lyrics are based on the gospel of Jesus Christ, and the music is jazz improvisational music. No one knows a vocalist's voice like their own person. So I feel like I can write the best for my voice because it is my voice and it is my first instrument. I studied hard and I learned the craft, and so I feel like that's a priority for me to utilize those two gifts. And then certainly in the area of jazz and in the area of female, I think for jazz vocalists who are composers, that's one of the last things they talk about in reviews or publications.
Its loveliness, it will wither all away. Are we just born to live and die?
I'm a proud graduate of Philadelphia High School for Girls, and my first really introduction to jazz in a real way was with the jazz band. I remember just sitting outside of the door listening to them rehearse, and I was just taken with this music that had so much energy and freedom. I played flute and other things in it, but we were doing a special performance, I believe, for the Alumni Association, and they wanted standards. And he said, how about singing it? And someone had heard me singing and said, how about you, Ruth? And so we just sang some standards, and it was a great feeling.
And before I be a slave,
I have to start at the spirituals, and I have to start with what was going on culturally and politically and socially at that time. We as a people were imprisoned and in bondage and oppressed, and out of this horrific genocide came this beautiful music that has stood the test of time. That's why I love the spirituals, because when they talked about heaven, when they talked about steal away and saying, you know, I ain't got long to stay here, they knew their life was going to be short because it was a horrific life. So they're talking about leaving this earth and going to find freedom in heaven with their Savior. But also, it was Nat Turner's Alert song. So they were saying, I'm going to make a way to be liberated here.
do you want a joy this world can't give? Do you want a peace your spirit can fill? When you are burdened, crying out for help, when your days are filled with fear and doubt.
I was playing the flute, actually, here at my church, Calvary, and I watched the face of a young man come forward, and he had so much joy. And the joy was that he was coming to ask Jesus to fellowship with him. But the music was very kind of slow and moving and emotional, and that was beautiful because it was an absolutely beautiful contrast. But I thought, I want to do a kind of upbeat, joyful song to invite people to think about this possibility of being with Jesus.
Jesus is standing and knocking at your door. If you hear his voice, open up the door. He is gracious, he's waiting, so place your trust in him.
I have purposely surrounded myself with absolutely brilliant musicians. They're also gentlemen, and they have also encouraged me. They also have talked honestly about my composition. They're my teachers and mentors too, and they treat me as an equal. With our first album, Paradigms for Desolate Times, we did that on our own, and we quote-unquote shop it around, not necessarily to find a record deal, but just to get kind of a sense of what corporate, the music industry, would say. Christian labels, contemporary Christian labels, would love the lyrics. Wow, that's really pointed, the message is clear, let's go with it. But this music and people soloing, and wait a minute, a jazz label might say, the music is killing. Wow, this is great. Can you just sing about flowers or love affairs instead of, these other themes? It was confirmed that we really needed to continue to go down that road of independence. I liken it to, a woman who's with child. You have 9 months and you keep holding on 9 months. And sometimes it's just a really, really, really long pregnancy. You want to birth this project of music. You want to birth it and share it with everyone. I am so excited about this fifth project we're doing. I feel like it's my strongest work compositionally, also lyrically. Music is my passion, art is my passion, but one of my other passions, and probably at the end of my life, the things that I will look back on and be the proudest of is the work that I've done for over 10.5 years with people affected with HIV and AIDS. How my music was healing and touching people was in a room alone with someone actively dying and singing a hymn, singing a spiritual, singing a song they request. To me, that is successful. It's been a tough road, and I don't want to sing the blues, but it's been a necessary road for us. I can't see compromising artistic freedom for anything.